Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to askNK. Today we're taking a look at Texture Create. It is a very interesting and yet pretty simple website that allows you to create nice looking textures. This is made available by the folks at gameanimation.info, and this is a Japanese website that actually teaches you a lot about game design, After Effects. If you're into UI, UX design, they do have a lot of things like that. And today we're simply taking a look at their Texture Create platform, which lets you create nice looking textures that you can use to drive various things, either for animation or your texture generation. And for those who like to take a look at this, you can simply go over to the link in the description that'll bring you right here where you'll be able to see it. And how this works is extremely simple. So right here, we do have a layer setting, we'll have different parameters, and here are the different kinds of textures that you can select. For those who are thinking about working with resolution, gradient and stuff, you do have that here. So you can go from 64 by 64 to 1K. And all of that will be reflected once you go ahead and export your stuff. And to start creating things here is pretty simple. To any of the textures that you have selected, say for example, if we select the star, we can play with the points. So we can get different points of the star. We can play with the inner radius, the outer radius, all that stuff. You can do all of these. You can also play with how the roundiness would look like, the inner roundiness, the outer roundiness, the angle. You can do that as well. And you can choose to make a polar conversion if this is what you're going for. At the same time, you can also do an invert tone. So maybe you like to have like a mask of what you're creating. And from here, you can also play with a blend mode. And right here, you can add layers. So layers is one of the things that this has that is pretty dope. Before we talk about layers, let's actually explore some more. So right here, we do have rings. So just in case you're trying to make different kinds of radial hex, you can do that. You can also play with the width of the radial hex. For those who are into motion graphics, I think this is also going to come in very handy. So you can also do stuff like so. You can increase the radius, reduce the radius, play with the width, reduce the width, all that stuff. And now how the layers work is pretty simple. So right here, we're going to click on the plus sign to add a new layer. So when you add a new layer, in this case, you can select what you want to have on that layer. So maybe we want something like so, maybe like something like this. And we can simply go all the way down and grab stuff. A simple gradient if we want, we can throw in a fractal create if we want, and different kinds of stuff we can throw into this. And because we've got blend mode, you can blend these to get something even more interesting. So for example, if we like to make a mask out of that, we can also do that. And we can play with the scale, we can play with the angle. The contrast wouldn't do a lot with this, so we don't really have to bother about that one. And we can build more stuff based off this. If we click on the plus sign again, we can actually go ahead and add some more stuff. Say maybe we'd like to add this to that. We can also do that. We can set this to a mask like we have with the other one. And that way we now have this. So we can use this to create some very nice looking textures. Creating textures like this might definitely take you some time. But because you have this, you can easily do all of that. We can go back to any layer that we're working on and play with the radius, of course, play with the width if we want. And we can also play with, the power components and maybe the amplitude and just make cool stuff out of this. And once you're done, you can now go ahead and do some stuff that has to do with animation. So if you like this to animate, you can click on animate right there and this starts animating. And while this is animating, of course, you can play with the frequency, get some stuff out for yourself. And you can also play with the radius just in case this is something you're looking for. So this makes sense because if you're thinking about animating this stuff, let's say later down the line, you can actually take a look and see what the animation would look like before you commit to that. Now, once you're done, there are post-process effects that you can add to this. Say, for example, you like to add a blur post-process effect. You can add that if you want. You can add a sharpen one. For those who are into pixelation, there is also a pixelate effect that you can add to that. Chromatic aberration effect is also here. We've got vignettes. That is also super dope for those who are into stuff like that. Scan line, if you want to add all that stuff as well, you do have that. Then we've got the kaleidoscope for those who like to get that, mesmerizing feel when you're working with textures. Then we've got the mirrors as well. The swirl is also there. Let's actually throw in that kaleidoscope and the swirl, and you can see we're beginning to make something that looks pretty nice. Outside that, those who are thinking about throwing in some color ramps, and maybe we can also throw in another color. This seems to go outside the screen, so we're just simply going to throw in another color right there, and you can start seeing this. So we can actually move things around, shape this a little bit more. Maybe we should throw in a bit of a blue in there, And you see, we're beginning to have some nice looking kaleidoscope, swirling sort of effect stuff going on there. We can reset this if we want. And if you like to play with any of the pre-designed color ramps, you can select them and you can see them. So we can throw in lava, we can throw in plasma, we can throw in water. Depending on what you're trying to get out of this, you do have these nice cool stuff that you can work with. And one nice thing here is you can save presets. So just in case you like to reuse this preset, you can save that preset, you can load the preset back. And once you're done with all of these, you can now click on Save PNG and save normal map to export these maps out. And one thing to keep in mind is whatever setting or whatever animation that you have at any point when you click on the export button, that is what you get exported out. So if you don't want to have this being animated, possibly you just want to export things one after the other, you can actually use the time to say maybe you want to export this, you can just flip through the time and export individual frames. That way you are more in control rather than just exporting one particular image, because like we mentioned, once this is playing back, if you choose to hit export, this is what it's going to export. What you have on your canvas is what it's exporting at that time. And of course, if you like to export this, you can definitely go ahead and pop open Blender. So right here, we already have a simple plane. Let's actually go ahead and see what this looks like when shaded. And if we like to bring this in, we're just simply going to drag and drop them right in here within our shader editor. And so we're just simply going to pipe this to the color. And you can see that, and like we mentioned, where this stays, or what frame that is the frame it's going to capture. And then we can simply just roll these into a normal map, and we're simply going to pipe that right in. That way you do have the normal, and you can select what kind of normal you want, from object to tangent to world space, to blender object and so on. And the same thing is also applicable to your game engines. So for those who like to play with these, maybe you're looking for a place where you can just simply generate textures for free, and maybe a place that can also offer you nice, cool procedural effects that you can work with. Of course, you can simply come through and check it out. Now, something else is with each of these effects, you do have sliders, so you can actually mix these things, create impossible variations, and you can just simply go wild with this thing. We can throw in a simple blur in this case, and we can blur this out. And if we run this through an animation, you can see we're beginning to create something that is even much more mesmerizing. So this is it for those who are thinking about a texture place that they can simply generate different kinds of animatable textures, and you're looking for something that offers resolution that goes from 64 by 64 all the way to 2K, depending on what you're trying to create, that also offers nice looking layers, blending options, a ton of parameters, and a ton of other post-process effects, then Texture Create from the folks at Game Animation is the place for you. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.